Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear student, Assalamu alaikum. It's me, Dr. Mansoor Khan, Assistant Professor, Department of Chemistry, Kohat University of Science and Technology. The course which is assigned to me is Radiochemical Methods, Electrochemical Sensors and Automation with a course code 456. Today I am going to deliver my 10th lecture, which is a liquid drop model about the nuclei. This slide shows the outline of today's lecture, which will cover introduction to liquid drop model. In this we will introduce that what is liquid drop model, why liquid drop model is important, for what purpose liquid drop model is used, assumption of liquid drop model. It has certain assumption. We will give these assumption and we will explain all the assumption one by one. Another outline of today's lecture is merit of liquid drop model, that what are advantages of liquid drop model, and another one is limitation of liquid drop model. So today's lecture is all about liquid drop model. Now let's come to the assumption of liquid drop model. The important assumption of liquid drop model include: the model is based on certain similarities in behavior between the nucleus and the drop of a liquid. Following are some of the assumptions. So now it is the introduction of liquid drop model, that it has certain similar behavior with nucleus. That's why liquid drop model is important. A liquid drop and a nucleus both have large number of particles. Molecules are atom in case of the liquid drop, while proton and neutrons in case of nuclei. So this is the similarity. The liquid drop and nucleus both have large number of particles. Molecules are atom in case of, so in liquid drop model we have a large number of molecules and atoms, while in case of nucleus we have proton and neutron. So this is the similarity between liquid drop model and nuclei, and based on liquid drop model we will explain the nuclei. Both the liquid drop and the nucleus are incompressible and homogeneous. So it means that liquid drop model and nucleus both are incompressible, they cannot be compressed. Density, charge and all other particles are same throughout the drop and the nucleus. So density, charge and all other properties, they are same in drop model and nuclei. This suggests that the nuclear volume is directly proportional to the mass of A. Okay, and mass is directly proportional to area. So if the volume is high, it means the mass will be high. If mass is high, it means that area will be high. Hence the nuclear radius is given by radius is equal to R naught A1 divided by, where R naught is the constant, where A is the area. Consider as an ideal solution the force between all the nucleus is same. Therefore, nuclear force is charge and spin independent. So Fnn is equal to Fpn and Fpn is Fpp. So consider as an ideal solution the force between all the nucleus is same. Therefore, nuclear force is charge is dependent. Thus, the binding energy of a pair of mirror nuclei is nearly the same. The replacement of a pp force by nn force does not affect the total binding energy significantly. So there is some similarities between nucleus and liquid drop. The nucleons interaction being only with the neighbors. The nuclear force is a short range. So it means that the nucleons has only interact with its neighbor nuclei and cannot affect the other nuclei. So it means that this force is short range, not long range. Similar to the drop of a liquid, the atomic nucleus also displays surface tension force proportional to the surface area of the nucleus. So there is another similarity between nucleus and liquid drop model, that both has surface tension force which is proportional to the surface area of the nucleus. If the liquid drop or the nucleus is bombarded by a high energy particle from the outside, the particle is captured with the formation of compound nucleus. Okay, so it means that the liquid drop model is the nucleus by high energy particle from the outside, particle is captured within the formation of the compound nucleus. Now, the excess energy of the captured particle is rapidly shared by all the particles in the drop or the nucleons in the nuclei. This is known as thermalization of energy. So thermalization takes place both in liquid drop model and nucleons, because when some energy is given to the nucleus or to the liquid drop, the energy is equally distributed in all the particle of the nucleus or in liquid drop. So there is another similarity. This similarity is similarity in the thermalization of energy. De-excitation of the drop or the nucleus may occur by one of the following process. So the de-excitation process between nucleus and liquid drop is also the same. Now, column liquid drop by cooling and radiating heat away, and nucleus by emission of radiation. In liquid drop by evaporation of some particles, by nucleus by emission of one or more nucleons. In liquid drop by the rupture of the drop into two droplets by nuclear fission reaction. So there is also similarity between cooling of the radiation, heat away by emission. So all the three, there are three similarities that how de-excitation takes place in liquid drop and also in the nucleus. So there is another similarity during the de-excitation process. The common observation of the tendency for the fusion of small drops into a larger one which is similar to the nuclear fission. So there is another common observation. Therefore in fusion, the fusion process is also same in nucleus and in liquid drop, because small droplet combine with one another and form a larger one. Similarly, fusion in the nuclei, when smaller nuclei combine with each other and lead to the formation of a bigger particle or bigger nuclei. So there is another similarity between the two. While the rupture of the large drop into smaller droplets is similar to the nuclear fusion reaction. So another similarity is that when larger droplet rupture into smaller one, this shows the fission process which occur in the nucleus. So merits of the liquid drop model. So by the help of liquid drop model, we explain the nucleus. But there are some, so there the merits of the liquid drop model is, the great merit of the liquid drop model is the satisfactory explanation it provides for the behavior of nuclei in excited state and explaining de-excitation process. This model also explains the phenomena of nuclear fission and fusion reaction. So this shows that by the liquid drop model we can explain the nuclei, the nucleus, their de-excitation processes, and how nuclear fusion and nuclear fission process takes place. That's why the liquid drop model is important, and it is one of the great advantages of liquid drop model, because these phenomena can be easily explained by using liquid drop model. The limitation of the liquid drop model include the model is also incompatible with closed shell effect as revealed by the periodicity in the large number of nuclear properties reoccurring at magic number of the protons or neutrons. So this model cannot explain the periodicity. This model cannot explain the magic number of protons or neutrons. And there are so many other things which cannot be explained by simple liquid drop model. However, this charge independent model is inconsistent with the P and N pairing effect. So in liquid drop model we cannot explain the PP and NN effect, NN pairing effect which occur in the nuclei. So prominently observed in the natural abundance of the stable nucleides. So in stable nucleides, the PP pairing and NN pairing which occur, we cannot explain this by using simple liquid drop model. The enhanced binding energy of even Z, even N nuclei is mainly due to the positively contribution of the proton and neutron pairing in the total binding energy. So this shows the nuclear stability. In nuclear stability, nuclei is present. In nuclear stability, proton is present. So the even number and the even odd number, and also the even number, and also the proton neutron to proton ratio is important. So this cannot be explained by using liquid drop model. So this is another very high limitation of the liquid drop model. So as we have mentioned, that the stability of the nuclei cannot be explained by using liquid drop model. So it is observed that nuclei having even number of protons, even number of neutrons are most abundant amongst the stable nuclei occurring in nature, amounting 165 out of 275, while only 4 stable nuclei exist in which both odd number of protons and neutrons are present, as I have mentioned earlier, as we have already explained it in our previous lecture, that nuclei having even number of protons and neutrons are more stable. They are more abundant in the nature as compared to the odd number of protons and neutrons in nuclei, which is less abundant in the nuclei in the nature. This shows that the nuclei having even number of protons and even number of mass number, they are most stable. While only 4 stable nuclei exist in which both odd number and protons. So the number of nuclei in which even number of protons, even number of neutrons and even mass number exist is 165 out of 274. While there are only 4 nuclei in which both number of neutrons and protons are odd and their number is 4. So the natural abundance of nuclide with even number of proton, neutron and mass number is more as compared to the odd and odd number of protons and neutrons. So this cannot be explained by liquid drop model. Another limitation is this is a positive contribution to the binding energy due to the pairing of protons with proton and neutron with neutron, even Z and even type. Now this cannot be explained. This positive contribution to the binding energy cannot be explained by liquid drop model, as binding energy is the amount of energy which is required to convert the nuclei into its neutron and proton forms. So it is the amount of energy when electron proton combines, and so this cannot be explained by liquid drop model. Another important thing is mass defect is also cannot be explained by liquid drop model. The liquid drop model fails to explain the main nuclear binding energy. As we have mentioned that it is unable to explain the binding energy, therefore fail to explain the nuclear stability. So because the nuclear binding energy mainly depend upon this nuclear stability, so it cannot explain the stability. For example, liquid drop model unable to explain that nucleus of carbon-12 is more stable than helium and nitrogen. Binding energy nucleons for helium is 6.79. Binding energy for nucleon carbon-12 is 7.679. Binding energy nucleon for N14 is 7.475. So this cannot be explained by simple liquid drop model. The liquid drop model fails to explain the nuclear stability of different isotopes. For example, liquid drop model unable to explain that nucleus of helium-4 is more stable than helium-3 and carbon-12 is more stable than the carbon-12. So liquid drop model is also unable to explain the stability of different isotopes. Some isotopes are more stable, some isotopes are less stable, and each element has large number of isotopes. So there are different types, more than 3000 nuclei of all the 118 elements which are present in the periodic table. So here the binding energy nucleons for helium-4 is 6.79 milli electron volt, while binding energy for nucleon He with mass number 3 is 2.5757. So binding energy of nucleon He mass number 4 is more stable as compared to the nucleon with mass number 3. Similarly, binding energy nucleon for carbon-12 is 7.68 milli electron volt, while binding energy for nucleon for carbon-13 is 4.5 milli electron volt. So this shows that the different isotopes has different mass number, and their stability is also different from each other. So liquid drop model cannot explain this stability of different isotopes. The model ignores independent motion of the nucleons, the single particle spin and magnetic moment effects. So also the liquid drop model is unable to explain the different motion of nucleons, which is a spin particle or particle spin or magnetic moment. This cannot exist in liquid drop. That's why it is unable to explain. Even in its application, it is limited to medium mass nuclides, as in light nuclide with atomic number less than 20, most nuclei are on the surface, and in heavy nuclide atomic number greater than 150, Coulomb effect cannot be ignored. So in nuclei with high mass number, the Coulomb mass, so this also cannot be explained by liquid drop model. So the Coulomb effect in heavier nuclei cannot be ignored by no such forces exist in liquid drop, so it cannot be explained by using liquid drop model. The model ignores independent motion of nucleons and single particle in spin magnetic moment. Now summary. Now let's summarize the lecture. A liquid drop and a nucleus both have large number of particles. Both the liquid drop and the nucleons are incompressible and homogeneous. The force between all the nucleon is same. The thermalization energy is same in both takes place in both. A liquid drop and nucleus both have a large number of particles. Both the liquid drop and the nucleus are incompressible and homogeneous. The force between all the nucleons is same. Thermalization of it takes place. So de-excitation takes place. This charge independent model is inconsistent with p and n pairing effect. The model is also incompatible with closed concept. These are the references, and thank you so much for your patience.